Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. My name's Justin. I'm running for the king. I'm a part-time reseller. We're gonna pull orders in this video, and I'm editing the video. I got all the way to the end and realized I didn't shoot an intro. So welcome. This is the intro. We're gonna jump back to Tuesday, pull orders for eBay, Macari, and talk about my live show on Uppbeat, and I had some awesome comics, and I'll show you a brief snippet of that. I had an issue with some film disappearing, so be prepared for that too. And then more talk about Lego than I was expecting. So we got an exciting week. We're gonna jump back to Tuesday. We'll work our way through the week. I'll see you back there. Hey folks, today is Tuesday. It is the 16th of September. I never remember the date. It's not terribly important, so it's not something that's on top of my head. I have 5 orders today, all on eBay. We're gonna pull them relatively quick because I have to get back to work. But the first one it's right here. Okay, it is a Google Nest Mini. You know, one of these little smart speakers. I've been looking for one of these for the shed. I saw this one and picked it up for 20 bucks at maybe $15. I think I picked it up, I don't remember. I picked it up for 15 or 20 bucks. It's brand new at a yard sale. And then the next yard sale I went to had a used one for 5 bucks. So yeah, I kept the $5 one, and this one I sold. So it sold full asking price, $35.99 plus shipping. Not a huge profit, but you know, I would have kept it otherwise. Not a big deal. I got a blanket, and I think it's right there. I can see it. I'm gonna pull it out, throw you on the wall, right back. And I think this is a sampler for Lookout Record. And I think this is a sampler for Lookout Records. Looks like it's from the year 2000. Sold on offer, $6 plus shipping. Next up, I have a CD. It's down here in drawer 6. And I think this is a sampler for Lookout Records. Looks like it's from the year 2000. Sold on offer, $6 plus shipping. I sold another Blu-ray out of that latest storage unit, and I'm looking for Queen of Blood. It's right here. There was quite a few horror movies, both Blu-ray and DVD. This one sold on offer, $21 plus shipping. And then if you're doing the math in your head, you know we have, I'm knocking things over. If you do the math in your head, you know we have one more item left. It's a anime DVD set from the big anime buy. It's Sister Princess. It does include some postcards as well. And I got this. It wasn't an offer. It was full listing price, I think, $39.99 plus shipping. I did receive a message immediately after saying they put the wrong address in. And I know the standard thing is to cancel and have them rebuy it, but I'm just going to change the address. It's not a big deal. I don't think there'll be any issues. And I got to remember to do that. And so I have a sticky note. I'm going to put it right there, and that way I remember. And if you heard my watch just ding, I got another sale on eBay. I wish the watch cha-chinged. That's the one thing I don't like about the watch. Okay, it is Life in Ancient Egypt. And I saw someone had liked this, and I had sent them a pretty nice offer, and it sold. So it sold for, let's just look at my watch, $3.99 plus shipping. Still knocking over stuff. I picked up a giant stack of these books about ancient cultures at Goodwill years ago. I think I paid $1 a book. It'd be like $6 probably now at my local Goodwill. I don't even look at books anymore. And this is one of the last few I had left. I did really well on it, but I didn't even look them up. I saw a few, looked up a couple, they were good, and I just took everything they had. And so that one was one of the ones that are remaining. It sold $3.99, so not a lot, but it sold. It's a fairly thick book. It's gonna open up some stuff on my shelf. Happy it's gone. Now, I have been gearing up for my live show tomorrow. I know I've been talking about live shows more than normal, and I know some people don't like live shows, and I really don't like to watch YouTube videos about live shows, but let me show you what I got. There was a bunch of comics in that storage unit, plus I had comics left from the anime buy, like comic size. And so I got a bunch in here that we're going to run. These are all going to be ran. I'm going to show up 2 comics, I think, and the buyer gets to pick, the winner gets to pick which one they want, A or B. I've done that before with DVDs and such, and it worked out, so I'm going to do that. And if we come over here, these are all stacks of comics that are series. So like this Army of Darkness Xena, there's like 4 or 5 in that series. We're going to run those just as sets because I really didn't want to break up sets and run them individually, if that makes sense. So I'm going to start everything out at the pick between 2 at $1. And then the sets is going to be $1 a book. So if there's 4 in the set, we'll start it at $4. There's 5 in the set, $5. There's a couple, maybe I have 6 or more, but it's few and far between. And we'll see how it goes. And I've never sold comics live. Everything's going to be bag and boarded. And everything's in good to great shape, I guess. That's where we're going to land. So I think that's it. If I sent a bunch of offers today, so we may jump back on here if we have anything else. But thank you so much for hanging out there with me today. I got to get back to work. I will see you. Well, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, folks, today is Wednesday. It is the 17th of September. I have a live show tonight, but we're talking about eBay right here. And I have 4 orders to ship out. Well, 3 on eBay, 1 on Mercari. We're talking eBay and Mercari here. I want to show you something, though, that I thought was cool. I found. I knew they were there, but I kind of like rediscovered them as I was prepping stuff for my show tonight. I found these Nights into Dreams comics, and how cool are these? And I'm not auctioning them off tonight in my live show. Even in kind of a worn condition, they're worth quite a bit. The question is, should I put it up as a static listing or should I put it up as an auction with a high start on eBay? I'm not really sure. And then finding something for my live show, I got this awesome Thundercats. This is the original Thundercats from 1985. And in fact, we have the first 5, I said episodes, the first 5 comics, 1 through 5 from 85, 86. That's awesome. And I liked Thundercats when I was a kid. And so that's just brings back the nostalgia, you know. I got those Thundercat action figures I got to pull out of my storage unit that were in the storage unit from last week. And those I'll probably run those live auction too next week. But like I said, we're talking eBay and Mercari. I sold this one. It is Amamori. There's a giant ant. Kill it. I got the ant. Amamori Himori. Okay, it's this one right here. Sold an offer, $15 plus shipping. And unfortunately, ants are a problem in our area. I'm in a shed in the backyard, and I'm constantly spraying inside and out. I got traps and such, or bait traps and things. So anyway, not a big deal. Nothing to be concerned about. Just one of those things that happens. I have to kill one every once in a while. Not a big deal. 3 on eBay I have going out. The first one I've already walked past. It's up here. It is an article of clothing. Let me pull it down. Not a big sell. None of these are big sells on eBay. It's a Harry Potter. This is a cropped shirt. It sold $5.99 plus shipping. And I'm pretty sure that was an offer I received. I picked it up at Hometown Thrift for like 10 cents or something. So nothing major there as far as, not losing money. It's profitable. It's just not a lot. I sold a hat pin, and I have them here. And it's actually 2 of these Anheuser-Busch brewery pins. And I picked these up at a yard sale. I got a pile of them over there. Had them listed at $5, I think, a pair for $5. Got an offer of $2. I took it. And that's really for twofold reasons. One, that's the first set I've sold. I've had them for a long time. They don't take up much space. They're hat pins. Should I keep them in my store? Probably not. But I'm a set it and forget it type seller, and I don't delete things off, if I think they'll sell eventually. So I took that offer. I'm hoping, sometimes this happens, if I have something that sits for a long time, then one sells, like multiple sell, because eBay be like, oh, maybe like push it back up to the top. I don't know how it works. It happens sometimes. I'm hoping we'll get a couple sales out of that really lowball offer I took. We'll see. The last item I have is anime DVDs as well, up in A2. This is a lot of 3 DVDs, 2 Appleseed DVDs, and 1 Vexile. It's from the creators of Appleseed, so I just kind of stuck them together because they weren't really worth much at all. Listed them at 10, took an offer $7.99 plus shipping. Okay, so you can see from the sales today that we're not really making much money at all today, but I think tonight we'll do well. I listed a few things last night. I listed one thing on my break this morning for $100. So hopefully we'll see some bigger sales start to come through. I have things to list. I just have to find the time to do it. And we should have that, I think, tomorrow. So thank you very much for hanging out there with me today. I have to get back to the chair, finish my full-time job for the rest of the day. But if anything sells, I'll bring it back on. Otherwise, I'll plan on seeing you tomorrow. I'll let you know how the live sell went. I guess you can watch it because I'll stream it live to YouTube as well. But thank you, thank you, thank you. See you tomorrow. Moving on to eBay, I sold a Pokemon card. It's this Palafin card. Yeah, I've sold one like this before. In fact, I've sold this one before. It went to somebody. It came back as undeliverable because incorrect address. We refunded them and I relisted it because it was still in the perfect condition. Sold again, $2 plus shipping. Next up is an anime DVD set. It's up here in A1. I got something sitting on top of it and I have a huge mess because I moved stuff around in the shed. Let me get it down. All right, here it is. It's Armitage, Dual Matrix, and Armitage 3. I think this is Armitage 2 and 3. And these sold full asking price $19.99 plus shipping. Of course, that came out of the anime buy. I have a bobblehead that I picked up in Indiana. And I'm trying to look to see. Oh, I see it. Okay. Here it is. Picked this up when I went yard selling a couple Saturdays ago. It's Mason Wynn from the St. Louis Cardinals. And let's see, does it have a date on there? Yeah, this May is when it was released. I took an offer on it, $13 plus shipping. I think I paid $1, so we're okay there. And then I have you back on the wall. I have one more on eBay. It's got a story that goes along with it, even though I only listed it yesterday. Yeah, it's a thing. I'll be right back. All right, here it is. This is a Canon PowerShot A470. If it worked, it's worth like $50 to $70, I think. This one does not work and came out of the storage unit. And so it's going to go towards that, help pay that off. Had a little bit of corrosion on the inside. I could not get it to power on. So I listed it for parts yesterday and it sold almost instantly. I listed a few things yesterday. This was the second one. It sold before the third one got listed. Okay. I'm like, okay, great. I hope they saw it was for parts only. It says 4 parts real big in the description, or in the title. It says 4 parts only, as is, all kinds of stuff in the description. Obviously, the conditions for parts. And I got a cancellation request. Wrong address. Okay, whatever. Hit the cancel relist for free button. No problem. It gets relisted. Bam, it sells almost instantly again. And before I even get the ka-ching, I also have a cancellation request. Again. And then it's a very similar address. It's going to the Northwest in, I think, Portland or something. And so it's probably going to a freight forwarder and whatnot. And well, I looked. It wasn't the same buyer, or at least it wasn't the same username. So I wouldn't let me cancel immediately because it was still processing the actual sale. So a few minutes later, hit that cancellation relist button again, and it went back on. It didn't sell until this morning, I think. Is it this morning? No, it sold yesterday. It sold late last night. And so this one, no cancellation. I need to get it in the mail as soon as possible. But here it is again. This camera does not power on. It's got some wear, but I listed it at $15, $14.99. And I thought I would own it forever, but it went really fast. So even Canon PowerShot digital cameras that don't work sell quick, maybe. I'm not sure on all of them, but this one, and it comes in different colors. This one's a red one, obviously. $15, we will take it, and it is going through, it looks like it's a foreign username, so it's in kanji or it's in Chinese. I can't tell. It is definitely going overseas, I think, whether through international shipping or through freight forwarder. It doesn't matter. Either way, it's going out. And it's weird. It sold 3 times in 24 hours. Pretty weird. That is going to be it. I did list that Sega Saturn yesterday. That's what I was listing when this camera sold the first time. Already got some watchers. Hopefully we'll see that sell. If that sells, we're profitable for the storage unit. And I can just throw everything else away. No, I still need to go through this stuff. I have a bunch of action figures and toys in there, and I want that to be my next Whatnot show, or my next show on Dibdit. Goodness, my next show on Dibdit, my next live show. It's scheduled for next Wednesday at 8:30 is when we're doing those shows. Um, will it be as good as the comics? I doubt it. I showed you that Thundercats 1 through 5, the original 1 through 5, it sold for $71. I couldn't believe it. So that was a big chunk of that 300 and something. I think it was 433 all said, after fees, after shipping, after lots of stuff. It was below that. So at least it said 433 on one spot, 333 in another spot, but it looks like it's 295 when I did the math after taking shipping out. So I don't know how it goes. Thank you. I'm yapping too long. All right, folks, my workday is done and the air conditioning is still running. It is so hot in here with it running. This is the second half of September. It should not be this hot in Southern Illinois, and it is, and there's no let up for the next week. Looks like it's going to be 90s or higher, which isn't crazy hot, but that sun comes out and I bake in the shed, and my air conditioner is slowly dying. But I'm too stubborn to buy a new one and swap it out because the end of the season is almost here, and I want to wait till spring. So we're letting it run. That was a long like rant just to say I'm not turning it off. I sold a hat on Macari. We're going to get it out today since I'm going to the post office. It's going to be right here. And I don't know how loud it's going to be on the mic, so I'm just going to talk really loud. This is a Mark Martin hat with a little Viagra pill on the side. Still brand new. Had it for a long time. Sold on Macari. $8.99 plus shipping. And that is going to be it. That makes what we had 4 on eBay, and now we have 2 on Macari. That's 6 plus the 5 large packages of comics going out. So that's going to be it for today. I do appreciate you hanging out there with me. Hopefully I'll have something to show you tomorrow. See you then. It is Friday, folks, and I am ready for the weekend. I have a few sales. I have a bundle offer that I accepted on Macari, and I think I have 4 sales on eBay, 3 sales on eBay. We'll figure it out in a second. I got this in the mail, though, today. I love Lego, and I was a Sega kid, and this was a gift with purchase. You had to spend $130 at lego.com to get this, so naturally, I bought it on eBay. And so the question is, do I open it or do I keep it sealed? It's going to stay sealed for right now, I think. As much as I want to have that on my shelf, especially when the Game Boy comes out, and I want to get that as well. But I think this one might be worth something. It's pretty cool, though. The top piece comes off, and it looks like Sonic on the inside. So, anyway, it's going to sit there in the box for today. But we're going to pull some orders. Let's grab that Macari deal first, because I haven't even got eBay open and ready yet. I sold, well, it was like I said, it was a bundle deal, and I'm trying to find, there it is. Okay, I sold one of these Mega Bloks monster trucks. I've had them for way too long, which is why I took the offer, because basically getting this out at what I paid for it, and then the other item with it is where I'm going to, in my head, that's where all the money is, and then this is just paying for itself. But okay, it's not a lot of money anyway, but it is a book. I got it out of the storage unit, and I have to get around this corner, and it's a mess. I'm going to do it off camera. Okay, I almost died, but we made it. So there's the Mega Bloks truck. I got a bunch of these. I should probably like build one of each and put it in my case, but it's not Lego, you know. And then the book is this one right here. It's Thundercats Annual from 1990, but it is it's the UK version, and so it's got the Marvel comic in here, but it's published by Leisure Concepts, and I have a single comic from before this as well, and I need to get that listed. It's bigger than a normal comic in the United States. It's this size, which is bigger than a comic. I don't have a comic to show you, so there we go. It's that size compared to a normal comic. But all that yapping, it sold for $15 plus shipping. So I had this listed, I think, at $12.99, and I have these listed at $10, and it's quite a bit off. But together, that's the book at full price and the car at what I paid for it. So we're going to take it, and it's going out the door. Okay, it is 3 on eBay. The first is a Thomas Train. I think they're in G1. Let me see if I can find it. Actually, it was in the pink one, but we found it. This is Thomas Dots. So he looks like a box of dots, or he's painted like a box of dots. This one sold $5.99 plus shipping. And I want to say that was an offer, and I'm going around the corner again, really careful, so I don't fall on camera and y'all laugh at me. I would just edit it out. You'd never know. I sold a bobblehead, another bobblehead, 2 days in a row. That was 2 days in a row. I was just trying not to fall. This one is Dexter Fowler, and I got 2 of these in St. Louis when I went up there for yard sales. This one was the one that was in, it was in new condition. It didn't look like it ever had been displayed or anything. It sold $10, $9.99 plus shipping, which is full asking price. And then I have one manga set. It's a manga set that I touched today because I moved some stuff around earlier, and then it sold. And you know, that's how it goes. So I'm going to, if I purposely touch it to sell, it won't sell. So I can't do that, but I'm going to go grab it, throw it on the wall, be right back. And I think I sold the DVDs for this series last week, week before. This is Kashimashi. It's 1 through 5. It's the complete first printing set, and it sold $50, $49.99 plus shipping. So that's pretty awesome. And it sold on eBay, so it sold with medium mail shipping, but it's going to go out Ground Advantage. And that's it. So I had 3 on eBay. Did I say that earlier? I had 3 on eBay. Now there's 0 left. So if you're doing the math in your head, I had 3. Let's see. Goals. I'm going to grab the camera, turn you around. Okay, goals. I still have this thing. 2 live shows. I just did my 3rd one on Wednesday, so we got that one met. Is it focusing? I can't tell if it's focusing. 4 listings a day. We need 104. As of the end of today, I need 64, or I need 68 at the end of the today, and I have 53. So I'm a little behind on that. And then 2,000 in new listings. That's $76.92 a day. That's super easy. That's too low. It should have been 3 or 4 or something. But I'm at $1,696.48 plus whatever I get done today after work. So I think we're going to hit all 3 goals, which is a first ever, I think, this year, because I'm actually doing live shows now, and I'm enjoying it. And now that it's in my schedule and it's part of my repertoire, I'm getting into the groove of it. In fact, the video that released yesterday released on time. First time in like 3 weeks since I started doing weekly live shows, because I've been trying to get my schedule to do that, because I'm fairly regimented with everything I have going on at the church and at work and with family and life, that this was the time I was editing video, but then that became time I was prepping for the live show. And so everything got discombobulated, but I think as long as everything stays just perfect, I think we have it now. So I think we have it down. All right, I got to get back to work. I can get back in that chair, finish my day job. But if anything else comes in, I'll put it in here because it's Friday. We don't want it to sit all weekend. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to an estate sale. It's the one I went to a couple of Sundays ago, but they opened the attic and they said the attic was packed. And so they brought all the stuff in the attic down. It looks like there might be some toys, like vintage toys. So I'm going to try to be there before open. And there's a citywide sale that's in the city on the way. So estate sales at 9. Citywide starts at 7. I think I'm going to do 7 to 8 at the yard sales, and then it's a half hour to the next town and be there a half hour early. I still won't be first in line, but I think I'll be first group in the door, and I think we can grab some stuff, I'm hoping. All right, workday's done, and I think I said I was going to bust in here if I had another order. I do have another order. It's another manga lot. This one I didn't touch today, but it sold anyway. Let me get to where I can see the price. Okay, because it was an offer, went back and forth. It's Overlord. This one's upside down, but 1 through 7 and 9. So there's 8 issues here, 8 volumes. It sold $32.53 plus shipping. Had it listed for more than that. Got an offer for 30. I came back with 40. They said 40 free shipping. I said, no, but I'll do 40 minus shipping. And so it was 32.53 plus shipping, which equaled, $40. So that's going to go out. I'm going to get that packed up and ready to go. I have to get to the post office because it's getting close to 4 and they close at 4:30. So I'm going to get this going. Thank you so much for hanging out there with me today. I don't know if I said I was going to try to go to an estate sale and maybe some yard sales tomorrow, but I'm going to. And I got to get through some stuff in the storage unit too, so I can run that live show Wednesday. Regardless, I hope to see you Monday. See you then. Hey folks, today is Monday. It is the 22nd of September, and I think this is the slowest weekend I've had on eBay in a long, long time. Maybe ever. Not ever. Like when I first started, obviously, I just had a few listings and things didn't sell very often. But since I've been rolling, yeah, it's pretty bad. Two orders. And I picked up 2 orders today. We'll pull those. We have 4 to pull, but only 2. 0 on Saturday, 0 on Friday after we filmed Friday. So I'm not sure. I'm not going to let it get me down. I mean, I was definitely thinking about it over the weekend when things were coming, but you know, I don't base my life on how my eBay sales are doing. So, 2 orders or 4 orders. We'll do the 2 from the weekend first. First one's a DVD set. This sold yesterday. A Magical Shopping Arcade Abanashi, volumes 1 through 4 on DVD. And the box isn't in the greatest of shape. I mean, it's a little bit of wear. I guess it's not too bad. It's got some stains just from wear, but it sold $44.99 plus shipping. And then yesterday evening, I also sold this lot here. I went to an estate sale on Saturday, and they had tons and tons and tons of McDonald's things. So we might see some McDonald's things sell once I get them all listed. But these are car trays. So, you know, back before you had cup holders and stuff, and you went to the drive-in or you went to the wherever, you put this on the door, right? It'd hang on the door and hold your, well, in this case, it'd hold your soda, your sandwich, and your fries. There's 3 of them here. These sold $29.99 plus shipping. We're going to take that. That sold pretty quick, but okay, so that's pretty much it for the weekend. Let's grab the 2 that sold today. So first up is in G3, which is going to be down here. And it's going to be one of these cargo nets. It's the Tacoma one. That's this one right here. I picked up a pile of brand new Toyota parts in Indiana for $8, I think is what I paid. And this one sold $23 even on offer today. Now, I think Friday I showed you this Genesis controller and I said, you know, I really want to open it, but I'm not sure. I'll have to decide when the Game Boy comes out next month. Well, Walmart broke street date, and I got the Game Boy this weekend, and it's pretty awesome. It's 1-to-1 scale. It's got cartridges that you can change out. There's Super Mario Land down there, and it's got a lenticular screen, so it looks like it's moving. It's pretty sweet. I was not planning on buying a big Lego set. It's medium-sized Lego set, medium-priced Lego set over the weekend, but I was going to get it in 2 weeks when it was supposed to come out. I had to get it. So one more item. It's the big ticket item. I've had it listed only for a short time. I think I showed you on the last video before I listed it. It's up here in a box. I'm going to pull it down. It takes 2 hands. I'll be right back. It's in this tub, and I have other things in this tub as well, but what I sold is right here on top, and I showed you before I listed it. It's this Sega Saturn. It does have a controller, all the cables, and 1 game. It tested, and it works, and I wanted to keep it, but I would never use it. I initially listed it at $169.99, which is pretty much at the top of the market on eBay for the sold to comps, at least. For this condition with the game, with the game or with 2 controllers or anything, and I told myself I would take offers if I wanted to, but not too far down, especially not the first week. But it's been listed a little over a week. Got an offer of $150 plus shipping, and I took it. So it's going out for $150 plus shipping. I'm just going to leave it in this box right now. I'm going to get it shipped out today in just a minute, as soon as my work day's done. But happy for that sale. It sold today. My payout's tomorrow. The payment won't clear. I won't get paid for this item on eBay until next Tuesday. But it's a pretty sweet sale. So I'm happy for that. Happy for all the sales. Like I said, it's slow, but it's the least of my worries as far as life goes. So thank you so much for hanging out there with me today. I do appreciate it, and hanging out with me all week. I guess if you've made it to today, you've made it through the whole video. So I do appreciate it. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down it. And just tell me in the comments like how much I'm dumb or whatever you think, and we'll definitely take that to heart. But if you really like it, you can drop a nice comment too. That's totally cool. And if you made it this far and you haven't subscribed, well, I'd appreciate your subscription. Hopefully I earned it this week. Today, whenever you're watching it, it's a whole week for me. But thank you so much. I'm gonna have to run. I have to finish out my day job. My break's almost over. And then we're heading to the post office with these things. Thank you again. I hope you have a great day. God bless. Hey folks, it is after show time, and we shipped out that Sega Saturn, and we are profitable for the storage unit now. That's not why I have you on here. I was talking earlier about how it was on my mind that eBay was super underperforming for me for the weekend, and I wasn't necessarily bummed. Like I said, I don't set my self worth based on how eBay's doing. But let me tell you something, and I'll draw you in here real quick. But I was at church on Sunday, and the uh, kids from the youth were doing the music. They have a band; they're awesome, and they sang "Blessed be the name of the Lord." And that song, in the first verse, it says, I'll bless you, Lord, when things are great, when things are plentiful. And then the second verse, second part of that is that I'll bless you even when it hurts, right? Even when it's not plentiful. So singing, standing and singing there in church, and the song came on. I don't know how else to describe it would be like it was laid upon my heart. I wasn't necessarily thinking about eBay, but it came over me that it was, am I worth praising even when your eBay store is not doing well? And of course, the answer is yes, right? Like I said, the eBay store, it's like tertiary even for income. But, when things are great, God is good. And when things are poor, God is good. And that doesn't change who he is. When eBay is doing awesome for me and I'm selling crazy, God's good. And when I have a weekend where I sell 2 items, he's still good. So I just want to leave you with that. Um, I don't think he was like admonishing me and saying, "What are you doing?" But I think it was more of a reminder. So I'm reminding you, God's good no matter what. Thank you so much for watching the show and the after show. If you made it this far, I'll see you on the next one.